ready.
Hello and welcome once more to User One Retro, and this episode where I'll be taking a look at the demo for a brand new Commodore Amiga game coming from Tiger Skunk, and it is Krogharr The Berserker. Now, Tiger Skunk, you may remember a couple of years ago did the game Invia on the Commodore Amiga and the Neo Geo, and it was a fantastic side-scrolling shoot 'em up, and it invoked memories of R-Type, the classic IRM side-scrolling shoot 'em up with you having to fight the Baido Empire. It was a nice little homage, and it looked fantastic and played great. And I've been following the development of this game for a good couple of years. In fact, it was actually as soon as Invia had come out, he got to work on doing the second Invia and also this game as well. And as I said, I've been following the development of it, and it looked better and better the more that I saw it. And the demo's been out for a couple of days, and I thought I'd do a video and give my thoughts on it. Already from the title screen, it's looking fantastic. I mean, that whole, I'm getting a kind of Viking warrior, like gods kind of vibe, you know. It just that picture just invokes memories of gods, you know. The Bitmap Brothers classic. I mean, even though this is just your simple, your normal side-scrolling hack 'em up, you know, it's just, I think this is a nice little homage to gods. I mean, it just looks fantastic, fantastic picture. It really does, and it actually shows what the Amiga was capable of. In fact, it's pretty much what the Amiga still is capable of even now. You know, it's a computer that still amazes. You know, I mean, especially with the games that people are putting out now. You know, and this is no different. You know, from what I'm seeing here. You know, and all the gameplay footage that I've seen, and all the stills and that. So we're going to dive into this demo, and we're going to see what's what. Okay, so there's no menu. Okay. Yeah, there's no options menu whatsoever. You're literally attacked from the get-go. You've got these barrels rolling here. So background graphics actually look pretty nice. They really do. They look amazing. Foreground graphics look really nice. Really, really nice. Character graphics look really nice as well. Some nice animation, although it looks like there's a couple of frames of animation on the Krogharr that seems to be missing. But as I say, because this is only a demo, you know, that makes sense. Oh, my first death. One thing I have noticed is that having the runes and that flying along the top and all the pickups that's one thing I don't like about it, is that having to jump to pick up like the runes and the health and that. I think that basically it should be like a normal side-scrolling slash 'em up, you know, maybe in like a barrel or something. And I don't like the constant barrels as well. But hopefully that will change for the final. The final product. And also I've noticed that sometimes your hits don't register as well. But as I say, because this is only a demo, you know, hopefully that'll be some bugs that are ironed out. And it would be nice to have an energy bar for the bad guys. Yeah, I really don't like those barrels. I think that's something that, you know, and being able to use this move over and over again, it does kind of make it a bit too easy, you know. Oh, that seems to be the end. Okay. Right, well then. My thoughts on it. Scrolling's very good. It's very smooth. Animation's very smooth as well. Graphics are fantastic. They really are. They've definitely got a shine to them. A few bugs, a few graphical glitches. But as I say, I'm sure they're going to be ironed out before the final release at the end of April. The music's good, although it does get a little bit repetitive after a while. But when you first hear it, it's absolutely great. I love the music. Downsides: the crouch and fire attack. It can be spammed too easily, and you can basically progress through the game so easily with it. I was trying to mix it up just to give myself a bit of a challenge. As you saw, I lost like 2 of my lives. You know, I think maybe there could be some kind of meter for how many times you can use it, and maybe have like a pickup that you can get so you can basically have one more of those attacks. I don't know. The enemies need, in my eyes, they need energy bars, so you can see when they're, you know, how much damage you're taking off of them. The barrels that roll along the ground while you're trying to fight, especially when you're trying to fight and you're in the middle of a battle, when you've got them coming along, you know, it kind of, when you're hit, it then gives them thing to step in, you know. Also, some of the hits don't register, which I found a bit of a biggie, you know, because when you swing your sword, you know, it just goes right through them, and then they can start attacking, you know. So it leaves you open. I don't know you know. And also having the pickups flying through the air as well, so when they're coming along at the wrong time. You know, I mean, maybe those pickups should be on the ground in barrels, you know, that you can break and pick them up, because it might be a little bit easier. Because if you miss them, you know, especially a much needed health pickup, you know, you're screwed. So, you know, I mean, as I say, because this is a demo, those are things that could be rectified already. But that's just my thoughts on it. But I'm loving what I'm seeing so far. You know, and any chance of new games for the Amiga is one that shouldn't be sniffed at. You know, I mean, it's great that we're getting all these new games for older computers and older consoles, and that it just harks back to a time in the 80s for like the Spectrum, where you've got bedroom coders were making games like the Monty Mole series, you know, and Jet Set Willy, and even Pod as well. You know, so that's a great thing, that people are actually going back and making games for older systems. You know, and not every game has to have microtransactions in. You know, it's refreshing, really is refreshing. You know, it's great. Something that I love to see. You know, but yeah, on the whole, if you have an Amiga and a way to get this demo onto a floppy disk, I urge you to check it out, or even, like I have, use WinUAE. Definitely worth checking out, and it'll give you a nice little preview of the game to come. You know, as I say, yes, it is a demo. Yes, there are some things that are still a little bit rough, but I'm certain there's still over a month and a half. I know that things are going to get ironed out before its inevitable release, and yeah, you can bet I will be getting a copy of this, because it just looks great. And you know, the demo was good to play, apart from, as I say, those small niggles, you know. But yeah, definitely check it out if you can, especially if you're an avid Amiga fan like me. That's it for this look at the Krogharr demo. As I say, I urge you to check it out, and I will see you in the next episode. So until then, this is User on Retro saying thank you very much for watching. Look after yourselves, take care, and I'll see you in the next video. So until then, goodbye for now.